We're back and we're ready to go. Again, we're here with Latoya-Matthew Duncan, and she's here to talk to us about how we can naturally boost our immune system with the foods that we eat. And you were telling us about the vitamins and minerals, I guess, that would help to boost our immune system, especially in this time. You said we're in the COVID era, and COVID is on everybody's mind. So we wanted to know what foods, what vitamins, what minerals can we take to boost our natural immune system?
Fruits and vegetables, drinking adequate amount of water, getting physical activity. Once you try to eat properly, eat the right types of food, then you will be able to benefit from the specific nutrients that are known to assist with boost of immunity, such as zinc, iron, vitamin C, vitamin B6, vitamin E, for example. So it is something that persons need to practice and not only wait until we have an infectious disease upon us to actually start to think about boosting your immune system.
Right. I know a lot of people actually wait until they get sick and then we start taking the vitamins and drinking the ginger and turmeric.
And that is not, and that is totally the wrong time, because the nutrition is not like a plaster where you get a cut and you expect that if you apply a little pressure, you stop the bleeding. Nutrition is something that to get the full benefits of it, it has to be done over a period of time. So we really should not wait until something is upon us to determine, well, this is the time for me to start eating properly. This is the time for me to forget some of these foods that I know for a fact I really should be limiting and start to focus on those that I should be consuming more of.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because the phrase "eat the rainbow" has been thrown around on social media, and I'm made to understand that it refers to the range of fruits and vegetables that we can eat. So why is it essential for us to effectively eat that colorful or that range of vegetables?
Okay, so when you think about eat the rainbow, and we are not speaking about Skittles.
I thought about Skittles and cake. That's what I thought about. I must have
taste the rainbow. Eating the rainbow. So when we say eat the rainbow, we are speaking about variety. And when we say variety, we don't speak specifically to variety, meaning different types of fruits and vegetables. We are speaking about colors. When you think about the rainbow, you want to see specific colors. You want to see your yellows, your orange, your red, your green, because depending on the color of fruits and vegetables, it also tells the type of nutrients that your body is going to get. So if you want to ensure that you're accessing these nutrients, the multiple types of nutrients, you have to ensure that you have a variety of colors on your plate in fruits and vegetables. So that's basically, it's an easy term to help individuals know whether or not they are meeting some of these goals, they are getting some of these nutrients, they are getting a vibrant diet. Okay, just ensure you have a variety of colors, and not only fruits. I know fruits is one of the easiest things to get persons to eat, but you want to focus on the vegetables. You should have probably like 2/3 of vegetables and probably 1/3 or even less of fruits on your plate.
So we're talking about eating lots of fruits and vegetables, but I mean, are those fruits and vegetables even available locally, all that we would need?
Of course. The thing about St. Kitts and Nevis now, we are global. So fruits and vegetables that once ago you did not have access to, you actually have access to them now. Some persons like to contend and speak about the eating local, which I'm for also 100%. But I also believe in experimenting with new fruits and vegetables, those that we cannot go here. And when you're going to most of the major supermarkets, you have access to some of them. Persons are saying, well, they are not fresh. But once you pick any fruits and put it in a chill section, you still have a certain amount of vitamins and nutrients and minerals that are inside of them before you start prepping them to cook them. So yes, we have a lot of local fruits and vegetables, which you definitely should make your first choice. But we also have some fruits and vegetables, asparagus, for example, that you can get on market shelves now. You know, you want to try something new, and all of them, they are vegetables, whether or not they are grown locally. We cannot forsake them either, because they are here. And they are vegetables. They are not plastic and all the other things that person go to. You can break them, you can touch them, you can prep them as much as you like. So yes, so we do have a lot of local sources which persons definitely should take advantage of, but also try to get in some that you are not so familiar with. You just might like them.
After listening to you, I could say now that I've become an equal opportunity eater in terms of fruits and vegetables. All right, so in terms of the food categories that we have, we know that you talked a little bit about the colors. What can you tell us about specific food categories that would boost our immunity?
Well, categories, so to say, and the thing about, I mean, I've been in the nutrition field from, let's say, 2009 when I went off to study, and nutrition is quite controversial. I mean, sometimes you'll hear somebody say, well, this is good, another time you'll hear a person say, oh, well, this is bad, you know, until something comes up again. But when you speak about categories of food, some things in nutrition are definite and they don't change. When you want to look at categories of foods, I mean, the first group you always hear, and I probably already said it numerous times for the morning, vegetables. What you know about vegetables don't necessarily change. That is always one of the first sources that persons want to go to. Categories of foods. Some persons might say groups, some persons might say categories, but when you look at it, there isn't a difficult way to break down most of them. When in some of them, for example, what is known in the region, the Caribbean, 6 food groups, though there are groups though they are actually put in the group based on the nutrients. For example, foods based on the amount of sugar content, they get grouped into foods. You have the same with vegetables. Fats based on the amount of fat in that particular food item, you get placed in that category. That's why we have some foods that are grown, that are plants, like avocado, for example, and ackee, that is known as a fat, because these vegetables are fruits, like some persons like to debate, so I'll leave that there. They actually have a high fat content, so they fall in these groups. Okay, but however, in nutrients categories, you can find some foods that are specifically for certain types of nutrients, like you can have vitamin A foods, vitamin B foods, vitamin C foods, some that are known to boost minerals, some that are full of antioxidants and phytochemicals, for example. And fruits and vegetables, most of the time when you name them, fruits and vegetables fall basically. That's one group that you cannot really disassociate from.
Challenge, because we didn't choose the ingredients that you see before you here. No, in fact, we asked our social media followers to do that, and they selected for us. So we have 4 categories on our social media platforms. Let's see what they are. 4 categories. Okay, yeah, we're moving forward. So we have milk. We asked whether dairy or almond. The results are 47% almond and 53% dairy. Maybe more about fiber.
We asked strawberries or bananas, and 37% said bananas and 63% said strawberry. I don't know how you're going to make a good tasting smoothie without bananas, but we'll see. Then we asked papaya or pineapple, and 21% said papaya and 79% said pineapple. Seed, chia or flaxseed, and we're here with, so you can see what the winner is, who the winners were. All right, so we'll get down to making our smoothies. Do you make smoothies at home?
Well, yes, I do. But I must say, this is a disclaimer for me, because smoothies, I'm sort of missing something. Well,
the greens?
Something, yes.
Yeah.
We're definitely missing having some vegetables in our smoothie.
Right.
Because in a smoothie, food's really supposed to be more for the palate to improve the taste, because of some of the, for example, chlorophyll in vegetables might make some smoothies a little bit unpalatable. So we are definitely missing some vegetables. So please note, I had nothing to do with nothing.
Neither did we. Neither did we. But we're going to just take a little bit. And I know that I've heard some people say about smoothies, they lack fiber. Like because of blending?
No, actually smoothies, once you have the right machine in order to make smoothies, once you have those that can blend up, for example, fruits with skin on, and then you'll actually get a large amount of fiber. Okay, just breaks it down and make it easier for you to swallow. But I love the fact that you guys, that they did choose the chia seeds, which is a rich source of antioxidants. You can't go wrong with most of the seeds. From those family, the seeds family, you actually want to ensure that you get much of those in your smoothie as possible. So yes, and like I said earlier, smoothies is actually full of nutrients. This is a quick way for individuals who are on the go and want to ensure that they get a certain amount of nutrients, as well as a variety variety of nutrients. This would be a good way for them to go, because here you get to blend up as much food items as possible, whether it is fruits or vegetables. And
but you said more vegetables is helpful, because I also read something that also said that fruits sometimes have lots of calories as opposed to vegetables.
Because fruits have intrinsic sugar, so you cannot remove the sugar from fruits. And then when you're going to also add dairy to your smoothie, dairy itself, milk also have another types of sugar known as lactose. So you'll be getting sugar from
lactose is an actual type of sugar.
Yes, and you'll be getting lactose from the milk, which is another type of sugar, and both of those together give you a certain amount of calories. So that's why you need the vegetables, because you don't get the large amount of calories from the vegetables compared to the fruit and the milk.
So in your estimation, are smoothies, if we make them correctly, a good meal substitute?
I would say yes, once made correctly with the right ingredients. Okay,
again, more fruits, more greens, right.
And then another thing, you have to be careful why we always tend to tell our clients, be careful with the smoothies, especially fruit smoothies, because you're making a liquid. And to get a satisfying amount of liquid from a fruit, you usually have to add more than how much you would
normally eat. Yes, that's why we're saying the calorie concerns. All right, let me.
Okay. So you'll have to push that down. Good.
Yeah.
You use the chia seeds?
My smoothie looking a little wild.
Did you use the chia seeds?
No, I'll sprinkle it on the top.
You will sprinkle it on the top.
That's a garnish.
Yes, I guess so. All right.
So yes, and if you realize, I mean, for example, if you were to have a fruit, for example, apples that have on the skin, even berries, some of you will actually be able to get quite a bit of fiber from those, because then the machine will be able to break it down.
Another thing that I like to put in my smoothies is ginger.
Oh yes.
I really do love ginger, and I know lots of people are using ginger now.
Yes,
because
and
it's the flu and cold.
Yes, and you know there is a lot more. I mean, in the Caribbean, some vegetables, some condiments, they have their time. You know, like now in St. Kitts, the trend is turmeric. You're hearing turmeric this, turmeric that.
Right.
You know, and all of them have their place in health. So let's not forsake them.
Right. So my smoothie is done.
Can we do this in slow-mo?
I actually tried putting a lot. Oh, yours is so pretty.
Yes, it is. And it's so rich too.
Taste test. Wow. This is going to be so objective.
It really is going to be.
Wow.
It's something.
I put in a lot of
pineapple. Don't know if I would purchase this.
And I'm thankful I put in a lot of pineapple.
Is it sour?
Because it makes it palatable.